Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Live in a Moment with Team Sociate. My name is Win. I'm a content intern here in Sociate, and followed by me, I am with the business coach and author of Dare to Scale, co-authored by
Evan Leclue.
That's a good way of introducing him of Dare to Scale. So how are you doing?
I'm very good, thank you, Wayne. Thank you very much for inviting me to this wonderful office.
Oh, thank you.
What a great start to the day.
Yeah, it's very minimalistic, and it's a good thing you're wandering by an environment, and we like to show hospitality to everyone.
And you do it so well. Thank you.
And we've had a pleasant conversation about this beginning, and we'd like to share what is Dare to Scale, and can you give us a brief summary about it?
Okay, sure. So Dare to Scale really is about a little call out, if you will, to the entrepreneurs over here, and particularly small business owners, people who are looking to scale. It takes a great deal of courage to start a business. It takes even greater courage to say, this is a great business, I'm now going to scale it. So Dare to Scale is saying, we all have the courage in you, come join us, because what Dare to Scale is being built as is an ecosystem to help nurture that spirit of scaling. So that's what Dare to Scale is all about.
I'm reading the part of the books lately, which has been very interesting, and looking at aspects, because the business world is very diverse.
It is.
And the choices that you make matters a lot of how you want to succeed and how you're able to and so many things, which I will continue to talk about with you. So moving on, you had previously interviewed with Dubai Eye.
I did,
and
yes.
It was pretty cool.
Yeah.
And so, how was your experience with them and sharing, how was the experience overall? And can you share it with the audience?
Brilliant experience. I have to say, first of all, huge thanks. First of all, to Sociate for getting me there. And second, to the team at Dubai Eye. Such wonderful, such gracious hosts, and they made me instantly comfortable, and we had a brilliant conversation, and the conversation completely revolved around how does scaling work with today's big businesses which are tech founded, which are tech centered. So the whole thing was actually bringing your old school scaling with the new scale, the tech businesses. So it was a wonderful experience, and we had a great conversation.
Yeah, my idea regarding that is because business has evolved so much to the point of how do you keep the traditional with the current models and modules and instruction how you form a business and maintain it as well. So I read some of your the startups of how you grew up. It was very interesting. I was very motivated.
Thank you.
So tell us more. How did you start your career, and what can you give any advice for entrepreneurs?
Oh wow, how did I start my career, if you can call it a career, because this is all I know, how to start and run a business. It all started when I was 16 years old. Don't ask me how old I am today. But yeah, so pretty much I've been doing this for a very long time, and it started out of, I was born in a business family, so it came naturally to us, and this is what we did. Everybody in the family started and ran their own business, so it came very naturally to us. And my journey particularly started because there was a necessity, and never looked back since then. I have been mentored by some brilliant mentors. To start with, my own mom, great entrepreneur, and here I am today running my fourth business, and already still running my third one, which is a flagship business over here now, 11-year-old. Going strong.
Okay, for that thing, it feels like you've had a lot of help because your family's been doing business for a very long time.
Yes.
Let's say let's use me for example. I do not. My family is more in we're very, very diverse. I can't say. I would say more in IT, and we 30% in business. How would you
fantastic.
How would you give me advice for me with little time background on business? How would I be able to
Learn what? How to run a business?
Yeah, be an entrepreneur in general. Yeah.
You know where it all starts? Believing in yourself. Believing that you have a great service or a product to offer to the world. And second, as the book actually says, learn how to run a business. Because bringing a great product out to the market is one thing, and actually building the foundations to then be able to scale that is a different thing.
That's very true. Yeah.
So first, believe in yourself that you are bringing something of immense value to the world, and out of these 8 billion people in the world, there is a specific niche that is looking for what you offer.
I was actually thinking about the same answer as well, because when I was thinking of business, you capitalize on the skills that you have, And basically, because we live in a very capitalist world, the idea is that you have something of value that can be in a form of transaction.
Yes.
And that's how we are able to cultivate the skill.
Totally. Look at it this way. So when we were writing the book, we were following the footsteps of some brilliant thought leaders before us. So much has been written in this specific industry, and one of the things that our book writing coach said was to get us out of that space where we're thinking, oh my goodness, how are we following these people, is to say, you're bringing your perspective. It doesn't matter how many other people have been writing about this. Bring your perspective. So believe in yourself, and you never know what's going to come out of that.
I feel like there's more to that.
You bet there is.
In regards to that, what is the secret, in your opinion, in having a successful business?
Oh.
So the secret has to be uncovered.
The secret has to be uncovered, and being who I am, the way I think having a successful business for me is knowing what your strategy is. And I know I talk a lot about strategy, and for a lot of people, strategy is very abstract. Strategy is not something that you look at a list and tick things off a list. So people don't get the value of strategy. But for me, everything starts and ends with strategy, because strategy is abstract and the things that we do are the tangible ones.
Exactly.
So knowing that from the abstract comes the tangible. Get your strategy right.
I actually give that a lot. When I was younger, I used to believe in Iceland quote. I probably will misquote it, where he said, imagination is a very powerful thing.
That's the one.
And great inventions come from imaginations as well.
That's exactly what it is.
So it's always like, for me personally, I would always have something abstract, and I would always make sure that the physical reality as well as the metaphysical can collide together.
I love where this is going. Totally true.
Because we're with me and Hamid and a good friend, he's not here. We do content, and whenever it come ideas, it's like it's brilliant content, but we have to be able to like manifest it into reality.
Yes.
And that's important. Manifesting things into reality,
making it happen. And if you just keep focusing on the doing part of it, then it will become a rut very soon. So be able to pull yourself out, look at what the bigger picture is, and see where this little piece of puzzle today fits in on what you're doing.
Exactly.
And complete the picture. So your original question was, what's the secret to success? Know what the big picture is. Know what the strategy is.
Exactly. And always like try to like just hammer it into reality. Like what my dear friend Hamid said. I'm not sure if it was in. It was like, don't let your dreams become dreams. Or that was leadership book. But Hamid showed it to me first.
Say that again.
Don't let your dreams become dreams, or stay as dreams.
That's brilliant. Yes.
It's
turn them into reality. I love it.
It's very scary to dream, but not it for becoming reality. That's how sadness also happens. I think in every aspect of life.
Oh God! And please don't say scary and dreams in the same sentence, because it is not. It's some of the biggest names have arrived today to be big names because they dared to dream.
Dare to dream.
So dare to dream big, because that's where the magic really happens.
Exactly.
That's what I believe.
So regarding that as well, like I'm really happy reading your book as well. And are you planning to write another book?
Yes, we are. And I say not we, because our first book is a co-authored book as well. Evan and I are already mapping out the outline for our second book. And it's like a chain reaction. When you before you write the first book, the whole thing is very daunting. And you think, oh my God, how am I going to do it? But when the first book is out, it just sparks ideas for the second book, because then you've done it once, you can do it again. So to answer your question, totally we are.
When you write the book, did you ever, like when you finish it, did you thought, like you said, like there should be a part 2? Or this is not, or it's enough for like a separate section?
Yes.
But this is going to be a prerequisite or like a continuation, a sequel for this thing?
I'm totally loving having this conversation with you, because you hit the nail on the head. By the time you finish writing your first book, you've kind of already outgrown what you're writing. Because it's like peeling onion layers. Those layers are peeled and suddenly a whole another level opens up for you. So yes, that was part 1 done. And what can now be brought out, and what particular topic can be dug deep into to open up several more layers for the reader. It's like it just opens up new things and crack. It does. And in the writing context as well. Like there was I'm probably gonna say short, but
it's like, should you write a story every day, or should you write a story per year? And writing story every day is so good because your ideas flow.
It is.
Your ideas flow, you execute it, you fail, and you try again.
That's the one, because every day is a story in everybody's life. Every little experience is a story.
Exactly.
Because we all have a story, we all have a book hidden in us.
Exactly.
So, yes. Yesterday's
like
story
that.
was
you all
that
have a book hidden in us.
We all have a book hidden in us. It's only because we never look at it that way. Because books are something somebody else writes, not us. But you know what? We write a book every day anyway.
Exactly, and it's exciting as well because
it is.
Even when you pass on from this world, one of the things that remains are the books.
Are the books.
And the books.
And a business, because when a business is built on a solid foundation, you are building a business, a sustainable business to leave a legacy. That's how the world is full of so many businesses that are over 100 years old.
Exactly.
So it's a business built on a strong foundation.
Ideas never die.
So ideas never die.
Ideas never die.
Let's put it the other way. Ideas are always alive.
Are always alive, yeah.
That's the one.
And challenge and malleable.
God, yes.
And so we have a last question: is where does your passion fall in, rather than business coaching?
So what else do I do other than business coaching? Oh, I love riding horses. I have 2 horses of my own.
Oh, horses.
I don't ride just yet because I had a fall and cracked my head.
Oh, from the
a few
horse
months
riding?
ago. Yeah.
Oh.
That's, you know what? It's a sport.
It's a sport.
Things happen. But right now, I still look after my boys. I love spending time at the stables. Hot, summer, winter, doesn't matter. I'm at the stables every spare minute I get. So that's what I do when I'm not business coaching.
I've always wanted to ride. Actually, my New Year's resolution for this year was to be able to ride a horse. And not just ride one, but be able to like ride, gallop, and you know, go in the field.
I'll tell you a little secret. All that comes when you get to know the horse.
Know the horse.
It's like any business.
Do you name the horse?
Yes, of course. What do you mean? Do I name the horse? They have their names. So of course I do.
Okay.
So get to know the horse. Just like in a business, get to know the business first.
Exactly.
Then you can scale.
Yeah.
So your aim, if you want to tweak it, get to know the horse first.
Get to know the horse.
Because you learn a lot from horses. I can
and
tell
there's
you
also like a bonding thing.
So
it's either
much.
That, yeah, a lot.
So much. They are amazing creatures. So
I'm watching way too much cowboy documentaries.
there's power in that.
And so that's all for the questions today. However, we still have more questions coming from the audience.
Yeah, sure.
So Hamid, shoot us any questions.
Yes, so the first question comes, they're asking, when creating a business, would you prefer to sell what you're passionate about or what the market wants but not exactly something you're passionate about?
Ooh, so that's a
good one.
What a brilliant question. Thank you for asking that. And also, go please read a book by Jim Collins, which is Good to Great. And there's a beautiful principle over there called the hedgehog principle. So it really is bringing a blend of all three. What are you good at? What does the market want? And what you're passionate about? And sometimes we start with 2 and then mix in the third, or sometimes we start just with 1 and then go exploring. There is no right or wrong. One thing I will say, do what you love. Because if you don't love what you do, it's going to show, whether in your business or in just the way you lead your life.
Beautiful answer.
Thank you.
Move on to the next one.
Let's go.
What tip or advice would you give someone who's been encouraged to write a book about an idea or an epiphany that they've had?
What advice would I give?
Yeah.
Oh my God, it's very simple. Put pen to paper. It's as simple as that, because an idea doesn't go into becoming something else as long as you don't put it out to the world. So start mapping out, stop putting a framework, just say, this is a great idea. How can I make it understandable for somebody who is listening to this for the first time? Literally start with that. And if a book sounds a bit daunting, start with a little blog. Once you got your 500-600 words done, it's so easy to expand it into a book. Because what is a book? A very long blog.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
And for that, we have another one. How long do you think we must let a strategy roll before we have to shift things around?
Oh, so if the minute you feel that you are kind of getting into a rut in your business, or it feels like you're pedaling really hard but going nowhere, is a time that you go back and look at the strategy. Anytime you feel something's not right, something needs to be fixed, go back to the strategy rather than looking at something's not right in this box, so let me dig deep over here. Do dig over there, but first also look how that box fits into the strategy. So there is, again, there's no time, or there's no specific marker for that. Let me put it the other way. Keep your eye always on the strategy. That will give you an indication of something going wrong before it actually goes wrong.
Thank you for that. We have another question in regards to writing.
Yeah.
How is it different writing a book alone versus with another person?
Aha! Especially if the other person also happens to be your husband. There are interesting times. One of the greatest things about co-authoring a book is we all go through that block. Sometimes you think, I'm writing this, is this even making sense? When you co-author a book, it is so wonderful that you play off each other's strengths, you play off each other's energy, and importantly, you bring very different topics and your individual skills to the table. So my first book was a co-authored book, and it happened, the magic happened because there were two brilliant minds coming together. So for me, co-authoring is my first experience. The next one, maybe we individually write one, but we will always still need somebody to bounce off ideas with. So even if you're writing a book by yourself, maybe have a coach, maybe have a friend who always holds you accountable, maybe somebody who says, do you know what, it's a block today, it'll open up tomorrow, go for it.
Amazing. We'll jump on to the next question, and that is, what is the best advice to scale your business to the next level?
First of all, get your business model right. Know what scaling means for you, because scaling doesn't always mean the same thing for everybody. Scaling is a very relative term. For some people, it might just be, I only want to do this much and I'm happy with that. Brilliant. Know that it needs this framework, it needs something that will keep it at that level. So, like that, there's a saying that goes, if you're not moving ahead, you're probably moving backwards. So, know what scaling means for you, and then plan for that, and then go over there. This is not about keeping up with another company that is doing something else. This is about what you want. So get that right first, and then you know what to do next.
Thank you for that. And we have one last one, which is, can you give us a teaser about your second book?
Why did I know that was coming? Well, the second book is really more about the founder and the founder's mindset. We all operate from an individual space in our own heads. Sometimes we work from that space of absolute confidence to say, do you know what, the buck stops with me, I've got this in control and I'm going for it. In most times, businesses are started from a scarcity mindset, where we think, I don't know how I'm going to do it, maybe it'll fail, but maybe it won't. So it really is about founders' mindset and how that mindset dictates or sets the tone for the success that we are kind of laying the path towards. So it all is about shifting that mindset from the founder to the leader. Read chapter number 1. It's a several level deeper into that chapter number 1. That's about all the teaser I'm going to give now.
It's like, did you just get the whole book or something?
I know, right?
All right, so thank you for the wonderful questions.
Thank you.
So that's all for the questions for today. And guys, thank you for tuning in with Live the Moment in Team Sociate. Once again, my name is Win, and this is Warsha Joshi, Dare to Scale, and we'll see you next time.
We'll see you next time, and thank you so much for having me.
All
Wonderful to be here. Thanks for joining us, guys.
Bye, guys.
Bye.